Hey everybody, I am broken down and I'm using the stupid microphone thing, but I think it's more important that you hear me than I look my usual level of awesomeness, so just take it down a notch and we'll deal with this. But I'm also for the first time trying out the direct recording on YouTube, so we'll see how that goes. I'm trying a few different strategies to see if anything's better or worse than another. This week, I have tied together the assignments pretty closely, which I think I don't know if that gives you a break, but I think I think it's a good strategy. So in your discussion post, you will be we're sort of this is our kind of our first step into thinking about the report proposal, which is on your syllabus, but we haven't really talked about yet. Um, you're at the end of the semester or towards the end of the semester, you will be writing a five about a 5-page report or a proposal. Basically, it's going to be addressed to some kind of decision maker. It could be within your organization. It could be in something closely aligned to your organization. I know some of you work, say, in certain industries where the union is closely connected with your workplace. So it could be to somebody connected in that way, or it could be maybe a client wants to develop some kind of a relationship with your organization, and you have there's a problem getting there, and you've got some ideas about that. But basically, this 5-page report that you're going to do at the end of the semester is going to address that problem and maybe talk about some possible solutions. And there will be a little bit of a research component into it, not a whole lot. I expect that most of you will probably use something in real life. It could even be something that's already been solved, although that can sometimes get in the way of brainstorming other possible solutions. As you know from the feedback that you get from me in discussion posts, I'm big into thinking about other possible solutions, not just one. So um, that's just kind of some background. This can be very loosely defined, and so the discussion post for this week is really designed to brainstorm that in a loose sort of way, and then hopefully by the time I come along, maybe bring it back in a bit. So what you'll be doing basically is brainstorming before you go out there and make your discussion post and about some problems that you either have identified in your current organization or the kind of organization you'd like to be part of, or again in one of those loosely connected organizations. You've identified a problem, and maybe you even now, just this is outside of the discussion post, maybe you even have some ideas about solutions, like things that could make things work better there. It could be a logistics thing, it could be a policy thing, it could be a procedure, it could be the way you work with clients, it could be the way you hire people, it could be um, just all sorts of different things. If you've worked anywhere for long, you have probably identified a problem, and you've probably thought about ways it could be better. So that's sort of what this report proposal is about. It's going to need to be complex enough that the solution isn't totally obvious, otherwise there's no need to write a report or proposal about it. But something where there are probably a few different solutions that all have pros and cons and that sort of thing. That's thinking a bit long term. The discussion post itself is an opportunity for you to take two or so ideas that you have that you're thinking about that might be good for this proposal, and I want you to contextualize them for your colleagues. You're not all in the same industry, and so sometimes it's hard for us to understand what's going on if you don't put a little context in there. But I'm specific about that in the discussion post instructions. So you'll kind of give us some context and talk a little bit about what that problem might be. You don't really need to go too far into the solutions. In fact, might even be good for you not to go into the solutions, because there's nothing better than people who aren't experts in your field to jump in with solutions. Um, I know I am not a parent, but believe me, I have tons of parenting advice. But I think that's kind of okay because no parent of a first-time child ever has any parenting experience either. We just all have the experience of being parented. So maybe that's all right. But in any case, you folks have this unique opportunity where you can put something out there that might even have an obvious solution to you, and you can get some outsider perspective on it. And even if the ideas are totally ridiculous in terms of solutions, they might help you think about other possible solutions, which is something you'll want to eventually talk about in reports proposal. So it might not be such a bad idea to leave out solutions that you're thinking about and just talk about problems. Some folks might bring up something totally crazy, and you might end up using that in a report somehow. So I really just want you to sort of brainstorm two or so of these ideas that you think, you know, I could write 5 pages on this problem and some possible solutions, and this is something I'm interested in. So throw that out there into the discussion board, and there's no scenario. This is you talking to your colleagues in the class, sharing your ideas, and you, the colleagues and peers, there's some specific advice on follow-up in the discussion post instructions, but you know, throw some things out there that that might help that people further brainstorm. So I know sometimes in the discussion post somebody will say, maybe you should have done this, and somebody will respond, I actually didn't want to do that. In this case, just let the ideas go out there. It's this is kind of a brainstorming discussion post, so no wrong answers here. Even if you read them and you're like, this person clearly has no idea what's going on in my industry, that's fine. Just let them give some feedback. It's okay. And then I'll come in at the end, and hopefully we'll have been able to figure out what might be a good enough or a complex enough problem for you to address for that final report, and sort of get you thinking along those ideas, so it's not all of a sudden end of the semester and you've got no idea what you're writing about. Hopefully you'll be able to incorporate some of the writing assignments, either in discussion posts or the other assignments, into that final report. My whole idea is that one thing might lead to the other. So with that being said, the discussion post is an opportunity for you to kind of brainstorm on the way to that report. The letter assignment, and you'll note in your syllabus that has its own set of grading criteria. I have already posted the SafeAssign link, and this time I did make it student viewable, so you should be able to access that. But remember, if you ever have a problem using SafeAssign, just email the assignment to me and that'll be fine. Anyway, the letter is scenario-based. It is designed for you to write to the possible decision maker for this report. And you can totally change your mind on what you end up writing for the report. This letter in no way locks you in. This assignment is all by itself. It is a letter. It does not have to relate to your final report. I just thought that could save you some time, if in fact it did, because this letter is designed to sort of identify the problem to the decision maker and make it clear that you've got some more information. Your goal is to get them to ask you for some more information, or to set up a meeting with you to talk about this problem further, and maybe to identify some possible solutions, which are the kind of things you'll end up addressing in the report proposal later. There is one, you know, that would be great right there. That would get you possibly started on your report proposal. There's one other element that is going to end up being required in the report proposal at the end of the semester, and I explain why I call it the report proposal in the instructions, so you can look forward to that. But the where was I going with this train of thought? Oh, one of the other key elements of the letter is to include a visual element. It could be a picture, a graph, clip art, a diagram, you know, something that helps to illustrate the problem, whatever that problem might be. It could even be, you know, like a web article might include a stock photo of something. It could be something like that, although the stock photo should really be relevant to your problem. And part of including the visual element is integrating that into your text. So you won't just let it sit there and do the job for you. You'll want to say, you know, as you can see in the graph, above or below, this product is selling more than that product, or as depicted in the picture below, when our clients meet with our customer service representatives, yada yada happens, or something. Don't just leave it the visual element there. Incorporate it into what you're saying in the text of the letter. And of course, I expect grammar and style set up in Word, and some proofing there. Those of you who I've ever said to you, you should be reading this aloud, you should be reading this aloud before you submit that letter. Same good practice on the discussion boards doing that too. So that's about it. It's all kind of tied in. This week is all sort of tied into getting you thinking about the report proposal that's due at the end of the semester. You should always, or you should periodically be looking at the syllabus to see what's coming in the weeks ahead, and that is one of the things that will be coming in the weeks ahead. So trying to get you prepared for that so it doesn't come out of left field. And if you have any questions, head for the FAQ board on discussion board. Thank you to all of you that let me know about that safe assign issue. Sorry about that. And I hope you have a good week. And I look forward to reading your posts and your progress reports very soon. Take care.